We're going to go live on Facebook, and we have more people joining in. Good morning. All right, so we are live. And again, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Dia Ghosh with the Ada Jobs Foundation, and welcome to the April meetup of the Community Entrepreneurship Hour. The goal of this meetup is to provide a platform for early stage entrepreneurs and founders to pitch their startup idea and really get feedback from the community on how can they grow their business and any kind of help they need moving forward. So with that, I'm very excited that we have two speakers today, two companies who will be pitching to us, one a little early stage and another one in a little mature stage of their business. So we have a really good balance of speakers today. So I'm very excited to introduce our first company and speakers. Elizabeth Bonner and Megan Boyles are co-founders of Swift and Sweet Events. Swift and Sweet Events is an all-inclusive event planning service that guarantees to plan customer events within 30 days. They provide everything from a beautiful venue to setup and cleanup and everything that comes in between. Swift and Sweet Events allows customers to plan and customize their events through one-of-a-kind website service. And their goal is to plan events swiftly and sweetly. Megan and Elizabeth are students at the Central University, and they have been selected to participate in the small business category for the Loves Entrepreneurs Cup this year. So congratulations, and we are very excited to hear your pitch today.
Thank you. Are you ready for us to begin?
Whenever you're ready, yes.
Okay. Do you have an upcoming event? Can you spare 5 to 10 hours a week for the next 6 months to plan that event? Of course not. You have to find an available venue, a baker, a florist, and a photographer, which quickly becomes overwhelming. Even more stress sets in as all the numerous decisions begin piling up. It all seems like an impossible challenge, but it doesn't have to be. Let Swift and Sweet Events take away all the stress of planning your event. Swift and Sweet Events is an all-inclusive event planning service located in Corbett, Oklahoma. We provide everything from our beautiful venue to setup, cleanup, and everything in between. Customers simply go to our easy-to-use website, select a package, and customize to their liking. There are approximately 4 million people living in Oklahoma. This means there's an enormous opportunity for events to be planned. We plan all types of events, such as birthday, graduation, and retirement parties, as well as weddings. Swift and Sweet Events guarantees to plan customers' events in just 30 days or less. We plan events swiftly and sweetly. We are seeking a $95,000 investment to make improvements to existing land and facility in exchange for 15% equity stake. We plan to pay an annual dividend beginning in year 2 for $12,000, which will increase annually. Now, who's ready to party with Swift and Sweet Events?
Hi, my name is Megan Boyles, and now that you've heard a brief overview from my partner, Lindsay, let's dig in just a little bit deeper. Swift and Sweet is an all-inclusive event planning service and venue. With our strategic partnerships with local businesses and experienced planners, we create a unique customer experience. Our easy-to-use website allows customers to plan every part of their event, including their venue, decorations, desserts, everything all from the comfort of their own home.
Swift and Sweet Events is an LLC. We allow customers to customize their events through our one-of-a-kind website and through personally meeting with them to make proper accommodations to their event. Here's the landing page to the Swift and Sweet Events website where customers can begin to plan their events.
Our venue is located in Corbett, Oklahoma, which is less than an hour from downtown Oklahoma City. This location is great for a rural and intimate setting while still giving customers the convenience of being located in central Oklahoma.
We will have a lease-to-own agreement with my uncle who owns the land and the barn. Our 3-year lease purchase agreement will include 10 acres, which includes a small pond and a barn, which we will use as our beautiful venue.
Here are pictures of our venue in Corbett. The image to the right is the blueprints for our future plans and improvements. We plan to add improvements by adding a certified kitchen, a bride suite, and a groom's suite. We will also add landscaping and a gravel driveway.
Our target market is customers seeking quick, easy, and affordable events and weddings. We can also accommodate customers who would like a more extravagant event, but our target market is those who are busy professionals who don't want to wait. They want quick planning that is simple and painless. There are many life events to be planned. Here are just a few types. We have created a statistical breakdown of how many of these special occasions have occurred within 75 miles of our business in 2019. With over 21,000 births and more than 35,000 graduates in our radius, this is a large number of possible events for our venue.
For our wedding market analysis, in this map, we have shown a 75-mile radius from our venue in Corbett. In 2019, the average cost of an Oklahoma wedding was $16,100, while Swift & Sweet's average cost of a wedding is only $7,500. Our packages are filled with special amenities and services, which gives the customer excellent service while saving more than $8,000 on average. With our online website and carefully curated design packages, we simplify the process of planning your event while still providing every aspect of a normal event planning service. We offer great costs with reduced time and stress.
Swift & Sweet Events will have an aggressive sales strategy. Our unique business plan focuses on building a client base with the help of our partnerships with local vendors. We will be working diligently to acquire new strategic relationships with local retailers to help generate referrals. Because Swift & Sweet Events is an event planning service, there is a great opportunity for repeat business. As you can see, with one customer, we can plan numerous events throughout their lives.
In year one, after receiving our initial investment, we plan to obtain our lease for venue and acreage, start construction, and by October of our first year, open for our venue for and hosting events. By year two, we will be increasing marketing, hosting, and attending events. And by year three, we will be increasing our connections through bridal events, dress shops, and continue establishing our brand and building our reputation. In this chart, we have taken other event planning services in the metropolitan area to compare to. Swift & Sweet eliminates the problem of pinning down a venue, arranging for a baker and florist all on the same day. As you can see, some may offer similar packages or options, but no one guarantees an event or wedding in 30 days and gives customers the ease of online planning like Swift & Sweet Events.
We offer 4 types of packages: a standard venue rental package, which can be used for company retreats and family reunions. Our classic event package is perfect for birthday and retirement parties. Our classic wedding is perfect for simple yet elegant weddings. And finally, our deluxe wedding package. This package is filled with premium services and amenities to make customers' big day extra special. Our package pricing is broken down by type and number of guests. The average Oklahoma wedding is approximately $16,100. Even our deluxe wedding package, which is our largest package, is considerably lower in price, with 125 guests starting at $8,860.
Along with all our packages, if customers choose to upgrade time and add additional services, we would then reach out to our vendors to check availability for the requested product or service. But these cannot be guaranteed within the 30-day time frame.
Here's a snapshot of the Swift & Sweet Events website homepage. This is where customers will select their preferred package. To show you an example, we will be walking through a deluxe wedding package.
After they select their package, customers can then view the calendar and see if their desired date is available. This prevents customers from double booking, and the calendar on our website will stay constantly updated. This will only allow customers to book up to 9 months in advance so that our prices to operate can be adjusted with rise in inflation. From here, customers can then choose between an indoor event, an outdoor event, or a combination of both.
Here's where customers will select their preferred style of wedding cake. There's a drop-down box for them to select their preferred flavor and color. Here's where customers will select their preferred groom cake style. They have other options besides just round cakes, a sheet cake, or cupcakes. They will also use a drop-down box to select their preferred flavor or color as well. And here customers will select their preferred style of floral arrangements and select their color. We are focused on customer service. We will meet with customers daily and confirm our events and customer selections from our website with all vendors. We will also have monthly recruitment and training of temporary staff positions. We will have an annual budget and marketing review, as well as issue dividends. For workers, we will hire from our local community. We will work to develop an internship program with nearby colleges, specifically in their hospitality and tourism departments. In this way, we are finding skilled workers as well as giving back to the community.
Swift & Sweet's management team is made up of the CEO, Lindsay Bonner, and myself, the COO, Megan Boyles. We are both co-owners as well as contracted vendors to Swift & Sweet Events. Between Lindsay and myself, we have a combined total of 15 events planned between the two of us, as well as being involved with numerous other events. And each of our small businesses has an established customer base. Lindsay's small business, Sassy Sifter, is contracted to do all the baking for Swift & Sweet Events. And here are some actual photos of cakes that Lindsay has done. My small business, Boyles Photography and Meg's Makeup, are contracted for photos and makeup. And here are some photos of senior pictures I have done, as well as past clients I've done makeup for. We also have a great team of advisors: Stacey Bowen, entrepreneurship specialist, Deanna Hartley-Kelso, our attorney, and our accountant, CJ Bonner. For our marketing strategy, we plan to have multiple social media accounts. We will also be attending different bridal events in the OKC area, as well as for the first couple of years, hosting special open house events, such as seasonal photo shoots, senior pictures, or even a pumpkin patch. These are all things we hope gives us a chance to show off our venue, as well as bring in a lot of traffic.
We expect to begin sales in October of 2021. We are projecting sales conservatively. We do expect exponential growth. By year 3, we project sales of over $267,000. As you can see, our deluxe wedding package is our most popular package because of its great value and many special services it includes.
This is our projected net income for years 1, 2, and 3. Year 1 only reflects the fourth quarter when we opened, and by year 3, we expect net income of over $152,000. Here's our cost per event broken down by each package. This is only a breakdown for events for up to 50 guests. For example, our cost for a classic wedding is $3,175. The customer's price is $7,000, and our net profit is $3,824.
Here's a breakdown for a deluxe wedding for up to 50 people. This shows how much money goes to each vendor and our other expenses for one event. The customer writes one check and we distribute the money to each vendor. Our contracted vendor for flowers is Betty Lou's Florist Shop, which they get $300 from that one event. Sassy Sifter does all the cakes, which is my personal business, gets $400. Boyles Photography and Meg's Makeup is both Megan Boyles' businesses, $400 and $500. And then $500 and $100. And then Sam's Club will be where we get our supplies and drinks for $125. Swift and Sweet Event staff workers will be $300 for this particular size event. And the day of coordinator will be me, Lindsay Bonner, $1,500. And our fixed expenses will be $500, creating a combined total of total expenses for $3,725. We are seeking $95,000 to make improvements to existing land and facility in exchange for 15% equity stake. The investor will earn an annual dividend beginning in year 2 for $12,000, and by year 3, earning a dividend of $14,250. By year 5, Swift and Sweet Events will either buy out the investor or continue to expand and pay an ever-increasing dividend.
Now, who's ready to celebrate with Swift and Sweet Events?
All right, great job, Megan and Lindsay. Okay, we are open to questions. We are not a very big group, so please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question, or you can also put it in the chat.
Great job, ladies. Marissa Tucker here. So I have a question. So when I was married, looking at venues, one of my biggest concerns was that some of the venues didn't allow me to like bring in my own catering or my own florist or my own particulars, things that I had my heart set on. Is that something that you guys are willing to do within the packages?
Yes, absolutely. We could do, if you have a personal preference on caterer, we have a list of approved caterers, but we could absolutely allow you to bring in whoever you would like. It's just going to be an additional cost. And we can't guarantee the 30 days, but once we reach out to whoever that caterer is or whatever service you would like extra, we could contact them, see if they could do in the 30 days, and then we could continue on with the 30-day package. It would just be an additional cost to you.
Sure. Is it not like, do you subtract anything from the cost of like, let's just use the florist, for example, because it looks like you guys already had a set rate for her to get money. So is she getting money no matter what, if she's used or not used?
If you would not want her to do flowers and stuff for your wedding, she would not be used, and we would just replace it for whoever you would like to be your florist. But again, we just couldn't guarantee the 30 days because with Betty Lou's, we can guarantee the 30 days for your event. But absolutely, we would take that off. If you're not going to use their services, we wouldn't include that. We would include your florist's price and then an add-on fee.
I'll jump in with a quick question. And first off, thank you all for presenting and really appreciated the presentation. You guys have done a really, really great job in putting this together.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
I have a question about the seasonality of the business. And so I'm sure as you're aware, weddings and events, particularly if you're going, to and from a venue that, you're going in and out of doors, can be seasonal. Do you all have a plan for, raising, working capital to cover the times when, things won't be, quite as in season? And how do you plan to retain employees or retain any staff or services you need in the off periods so that you can have them again when the season kicks back up again?
Well, we plan to really motivate customers to have events throughout the year. I know, like you said, seasonal. We are offering discounts to them to try to give them incentives to book their events during the week. So they get a discount, which trying to motivate them to continue that. But we will also have events throughout the year, like open house, try to let them know that we're available, we're here, we can do whatever. It's not just weddings. So that's how we will try to motivate them for not just seasonal and not just all fit the weddings in June, try to spread them out.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, great job on your presentation. I know that you've worked all of these details out, but what kind of practical experience do you have with actually planning and carrying out events of this size? Is this something that you have done in the past, or you're just combining your own individual skills and proposing moving forward with this, I guess?
We both have experience in event planning. I have planned events because I've been a part of planning events as the baker and also coordinating with everyone. I've also planned events personally without doing the baking for multiple clients and family. I've also worked in many organizations where we have planned fundraising events and charity events. So I also have experience in that.
Yes, and I've just the past couple months, actually, I helped plan a wedding and I did the makeup for it as well as helped coordinate the day of. So we think with our combined knowledge and skills, we have quite a bit of experience.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
My question is about the venue. It sounded like a lot of the capital that or the investment that you're asking for has to do with improvements to the venue. How are you figuring that into when you're going to start being able to operate? Because it looked like there might be some considerable changes that you might need to make.
So are you asking like where the $95,000 would be going towards?
Well, I guess sort of where the $95,000 is going to, but also just how long, like what your timeline looks like for being able to make those improvements and then be able to start operating.
Okay, so we would be receiving our funding in September and opening in October of this year. So we plan construction will take not too long. There's really not that many big improvements. A lot of it is the landscaping and the equipment needed for the building to get that certified kitchen and to build those suites and just get build restrooms and walls. It's mainly just adding on to the barn as not just like building more. It's just it wouldn't be too much improvements. Mainly it's going to be, like I said, gravel for the driveway, building those suites, and then purchasing equipment as well. But we don't expect construction to take too long before we are open for business. Did that answer your question? Oh, okay.
Have you looked into the timeline of the the kitchen part of your plan? I know that sometimes those are very time prohibitive. They take much longer than you can even imagine because things come up all throughout the process. And do you have a contingency plan if your venue is available, but your commercial kitchen had not yet been completed or received approval that you could cook off site? It wouldn't prevent you from hosting events until that kitchen was up and ready.
If the kitchen actually wasn't ready, we don't actually have to use it because Sassy Sifter is going to bring the cake already prepared in her certified kitchen. The caterers, the kitchen is only there if they had to use it. It's really, we're not going industrial size. So if for some reason it did not get certified or passed, we could continue to still host events without that, as long as we have the sinks and everything, which there is already a well out there. So it is ready to have sinks and everything like that. It would just be if, like you said, if it wasn't certified, but we could absolutely still host events without it being properly certified, as long as we have the sinks and everything, because our food is already brought to us prepared. We're actually not doing the preparing it on site.
Perfect.
Can you talk a little bit about your website being a technological advantage versus like other event planning companies that currently exist?
Well, there's actually no one who does the planning like we do. We allow the customers to go on, and as you saw with our pictures from our website, they go through and they select exactly what they want and pick the color they want. No other event planning service does that. They have websites, but all of theirs say contact us and we'll get back to you. They can start planning right now if they come to Swift and Sweet Events website. They see what we offer, they can select it. If they want customizations, sure, they can add it, but no one has it exactly the way we do. We make it so simple, so easy. They can be done in half an hour to an hour, already have everything planned, and they could pay their deposit and have their event already booked.
Can you talk us through how the investor, you said that you might possibly buy them out. Are you going to set a value, or how is that part of this? How's the investor going to come out on this?
In 5 years, we would reevaluate what the business is worth. So at that point, then we would know what we would need to pay to purchase their share to buy them out. So we don't have the projections to year 5, but we would just have to reevaluate at the time and then buy their 15%. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I was like, I can't see him.
Okay, we have maybe a couple more minutes. Any other questions for Megan and Lindsay? Okay, if not, we definitely want to extend our best wishes to you. Very impressed with your pitch and answering your questions. I know your presentation is coming up pretty soon, so we all are rooting for you guys. Can we have a round of applause for Lindsay and Megan?
Thank you so much, and thank you for allowing us to be here. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Great job, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we are ready to dive into the second half of our event today. And just as a reminder, we are still doing the quiz giveaway at the end, so please stick around so you get a chance to win Arbuckle gift cards. So our second speaker is Marissa Tucker. Hi, Marissa. She is the founder of Tucker's Tulips. Tucker's Tulips is a rotating flower farm that specializes in tulip U-pickups. They feature over 11 varieties of tulips and host food trucks, yoga, and other outdoor activities for the whole family. Marissa is also the director of Ada Main Street and has been a participant of this call, so we are excited to have you as a speaker today. And with that, please feel free to share your screen and whenever you're ready.
Can you guys see my screen? It says I'm sharing it.
It says you've started sharing it, but I don't see it yet. Does anybody else see it? No.
Maybe give it a minute. So I live out in the country, and we had a storm last night, so maybe just let me know when you'll see it. It says it's showing on my end.
Yes, Marissa, we see it now.
Perfect. All right, great. Again, great job, ladies. I love it. I love it on so many factors. I think that it's so fantastic. Anyways, okay, to be continued on that. So my name is Marissa Tucker. I am the owner of Tucker's Tulips. Basically, a little background about me. My educational background is in education. I taught for about 5 years professionally. And then I went into the oil and gas field. And then when my husband and I decided that we were going to move to Ada, which is where all the family land is, and he is the existing heir to the land, he basically just asked me like what I planned on doing, if I was going to go back to teaching once we got to Ada, and I basically just told him that I wanted to grow flowers. And I said, hear me out. I love being outside, and I really just, I'm a hands-on person, and I just really felt like I needed to do something within that. So I sold my car, bought a cash vehicle, and made a car payment to myself for a year. And that is the money that I used to buy the bulbs to start Tucker's Tulips. Basically, the vision, grow beautiful flowers with respect for all sentient beings and use plants to prompt and accomplish a kinder community. I love people. I love meeting people. I love the backgrounds. I love to learn why people are doing what they're doing. And so I really just wanted to do something that would engage the community. I believe that Ada has so much potential. When I went to college, did my undergrad at East Central, I don't know, around 10 years ago, there really wasn't much here for me. So I thought that I was constantly found myself going to Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Dallas, going to places to have something to do. Within the last 10 years, I feel like there's been a decent amount of progressive change, but I feel like now we're really just getting the ball rolling. Like I love things like the Ada Jobs Foundation and seeing people being active, especially the East Central business. I love everything that's going on. So I just think it's fantastic. We also started a family here, and within that business, I just thought that it'd be so great to give my child something that he could go on and do something with as well. And a long time ago, I had a pastor that once said, love God, love people, and impact the community. And that's something that's just really resonated with me. I think that it's so important to do good to your community, to be involved and try just to make the place better. So basically how it works is tulips are fall bulbs, and they start out, basically they get shipped to me straight up from the Netherlands and Holland. And we plant them in the fall. And in the pictures, you can see I'm tilling up the rows, and then we dig out trenches, and everything is done by hand. So it's myself and my husband, and we get out there, dig out the trenches, and lay the bulbs by hand. And then we cover them up and we wait. Then the spring comes along, and so tulips are one of the first flowers that you see in the spring. They come up. And basically how it works is people come out to the field. It's $5 to enter the field, which includes one tulip stem. And this cost really just, I have to carry a hefty amount of insurance on the field, so it goes towards that. For each additional stem that you pick, it's $2.50. And then people can also opt to purchase the bulbs, which are $1 extra. If you buy a t-shirt, so I do like local sales on the t-shirt just to kind of like get people amped for the season. If you buy one of our t-shirts, you get free entrance into the field. Then guests come and pick the tulips. The best way to pick the tulip is you come out, you get it at the base, you pull it to the top, and sometimes that bulb comes with it. Bring them out to the checkout, and the bouquets are wrapped at checkout. We also have kind of like an experience station is what I like to call it. It's where people get to go and like cut the bulbs off, shuck their leaves. It just provides more of that entertainment factor. Like we're coming to a field of flowers, and that may be enough for me, but some people come and drive from hours away, and they're like, they want that experience. So that's where you get to like cut the bulbs and really design your bouquet how you want it to be. And then we have growth. Basically, we've just experienced a lot of hype through other social sites. I've been featured on Discover Oklahoma, Travel OK, Only in OK, Oklahoma Day Trips, Discover Oklahoma podcast I was on this year, Chickasaw Country. My husband is Chickasaw, and the land is from the original patent land back years ago. And also Oklahoma Agritourism. And basically, that has been my marketing. I haven't done any paid marketing. As you can see in this picture, it was a few months back, and I basically just shared some photos on an Oklahoma day trip site. And within the hour, it had been shared thousands, like it was shared 682 times, and over 1,000 people had liked it. And that was crazy to me, because in the years past, yes, I had been marketed through other sites, and hundreds of likes, stuff like that was so overwhelming to me. It was so excited. I just remember being so excited. And then like when I saw this, I knew I was almost in trouble, because I had planned, I duplicate the flowers in a double way. Every year I try to plant double the amount I planned before. But like overnight, I had gained over 10,000 followers. We now on Facebook, there's like 22,000 followers, and on Instagram, it's about 4,000. So I knew that if I had that many people come out to the field, like I wouldn't have anything for them. And I was almost scared to start the season. We had over 800% growth this year. So we're definitely in the growing pains stage, which is a great place to be in. It just wasn't what I didn't want that experience for some of the customers who came out. It was the first year that I had, this is my third year as a U-Pick, and it was the first year that I had experienced a barren field. Literally thousands of people came out and picked the field dry, which it was beautiful and overwhelming and exciting at the same time. So that's kind of the stages that we are in now. I plan on doubling not just the tulips, but the field size. So I'm probably going to plant a whole nother field, maybe a third field, but a field for just pictures. So people come out and they really just want that Instagram picture. And then we have people who come out and they want that experience with their family or their friends picking the tulips. So I would allow for a field that I would only pick out of for my bouquet deliveries. That way it would leave one of the fields really lush for pictures. And then we would have a picking field for people to come out and actually like pick their little hearts away. And that's kind of where we are on the growth. So basically one of my biggest things is I believe in sustainability in flowers. About 80% of the flowers are brought in from South America. And that's a number that really bothers me, because especially here in Oklahoma, we have a great climate for growing flowers. And we also have all this great technology now in greenhouses, tunnels, everything like that. There's so many people growing flowers not in season because of these other new factors. And so it's something that I really wanted to do. And ways that I cut down on waste is I switched to recycled paper. This year, all of my, I used to do like basically like a plastic white piece of paper that they were wrapped in. And I thought it just looked so pretty because it was white and on with the flowers in the backdrop. But I wanted to, one, cut costs, but also like cut down the use of extra paper. We have a huge problem with trash and things going to waste. So I recycled all of the paper from the Ada Main Street. We get a newspaper every year from the Ada News, and I recycled all of it for about a year, and I used that paper to wrap the bouquets in this year. I thought it was a really cute way to just like establish a brand of this is Ada, Oklahoma, and that be on there, but also just cut down on cost and waste. I also forage wildflowers as well to extend the season. So in one of the pictures shown, that's a picture taken at Arbuckle Craft Coffee, and basically he allows me to host some of my flowers and people can use that as a pickup spot. I also have other stores like Serendipity, Farm Girl was one of them. Ever has reached out to me as well. So that's another way that I can cut down on cost, is that I have all these brick and mortars that allow me to use their locations as a pop-up for my own. And not only does it help me, but it also brings in traffic to these local stores. And I think that is really cool. Anytime that small businesses can help each other out, I just think that that's great for everyone. here. And then ways that you can help. Leaving a review is probably like the best thing in the world to me. When people come out to the, especially when it's positive, when people come out to the field, and they drop pictures, they drop knowledge, and they tell people their experience. It really just helps. It helps me, but it also helps my future customer base, because I check reviews. If I'm going to purchase online, if I'm going to go anywhere, I'm going to go look at reviews. And I know I take that with a grain of salt, because some people are just, they're unhappy no matter what, and that's okay. But you can really tell when people are being genuine, and I think that's so fantastic, and it helps me so much, and I appreciate it so much. Anytime that people like, tag, and share, as mentioned before, word of mouth is the best way that you can support your small business owners. It's really done wonders for my business. And then support local. So if you guys check out our website, tuckerstulips.com, and you can purchase a t-shirt to show your local pride. But I also do eucalyptus subscriptions, bouquets. I do wedding floristry. Anything, landscaping. We started another business. It's called Tucker's Yards, basically because I just had people calling me, what can I do to my flower beds? What can I do to this? What can I do to that? And then basically they just started hiring me out for it. And then that just started a whole new business. So that's been great. But really that's it. That's what I do. Anything that I can do outside within the flowers, and that I just enjoy building relationships with people and helping them enjoy the flowers and their outside as well. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Marissa. Great presentation. All right, so we are open to Q&A. Please shout out your questions.
I'm so sad that I missed the season and I didn't get to bring my family down. So it sounds like you're a serial entrepreneur, and that things just kind of seem to work for you. And that it sounds also like you are a great asset to Main Street, just because you're able to provide kind of background on starting businesses, and you're obviously a great marketer. How long, I'm just curious, was it just like one day that people were able to come out? Like how quickly did the tulips go?
No, so tulips are very short season flowers. Here in Oklahoma, I hope to get at least 3 weeks out of them. 4 weeks is great, but sometimes we'll have like 80, 90 degree weather the first week that they come about. And so that's always been a factor. I've worried that the weather will wilt them away. But this year, I think I kept the field over for about 3 weeks, but on Friday and Saturday, the first week I opened, I had I had hundreds of people in the field, and the field was kind of left trash. So I closed the field each week after that. And normally I would have been open the previous seasons every day for a particular amount of hours. But I had to close the field for 2 whole weeks in order to allow for regrowth and to clean up the field. So I like that because it gave me more time during the week to like regroup and do things and just focus more or less on deliveries. But to answer like your question, no, it's open for a particular season. And this year it just kind of worked out a little differently. We've talked about doing like in Oregon and stuff like that, they do dahlia festivals where it's like just a one weekend event or something. But I don't really like that idea. I want this to stay a small boutique flower farm. Like I'm operating on 40 acres and I want to control the environment because I want that interaction with people when I'm in the flower trailer of checking them out, talking to them, getting to know where they're from, why they're here. I want it to stay that way. So I don't want to have a whole bunch of hires that don't share the same vision as me. And I've seen that in other flower farms. And I think that that's what makes me a different brand, is that I really am interested in the demographic that's coming to the field and to help share the experience and the love for flowers that I have.
I have a question, unless somebody needs to go first. Have you attended or do you plan to attend any kind of farmers markets and set up there? I know that I've seen a lot more florists and people who do flowers and plants show up at farmers markets more. I didn't know if that's something you've done before. Or...
Yeah, so last year I set up at our Ada Farmers Market. I do tons of pop-ups for Oklahoma City. I do like bachelorette parties and weddings, or sometimes offices hire me out to bring out. I have like a little white horse trailer, and I bring out flowers, and I do like build your own bouquets, or I build the bouquets for the staff and stuff like that. So yeah, I do a lot of that, and that's another, like, that feeds my soul a little bit, because that gives me more of that relationship with the customers. But this year I will not be participating in the Ada Farmers Market. I really enjoy going to other stores and helping to either drive in traffic or just giving that other store something to offer their client base. So I think that's really fun. And then I manage the Ada Farmers Market, so I just didn't want there to be like a conflict of interest by any means.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I love your social media. I love that people, when they come out to pick tulips or have their kids out in the field, they share those photos. And so whether it comes from the Tucker Tulips Facebook page or someone that's Facebook friends with me and I get to see their kids in the field, I think that is one of the things that has, increased the visibility of your farm. And you do a great job with social media. And I love the interaction with the small businesses. I love to see you walking into Arbuckle Craft Coffee with flowers. So good job. Love it all.
Thanks, Amy. I really appreciate that. That's basically one of my biggest things, is that I noticed that we live in a world of instant gratification, instant satisfaction, and we're tied to our phones. And I really wanted there to be a reason to be outside and enjoy it. And of course that comes with like pictures, and some people, like I said, do want just the picture in the field, but I see so much more. Like it's so silly, but sometimes I get teary-eyed in the field watching people with their family or their friends, like girls bringing out their friends and then they're hyping each other up in the field, or parents just like trying to like hurdle their little family, like, come over here and get off that tire, dude. Like, it's so cute and it's fun, and I love it. So I appreciate that, Amy. I really do.
Marissa, we have a question from Kyle here in the chat. So what's big on your wish list to offer at the farm in the future?
Oh, big. Well, I have big dreams, but again, slow growth is really what I everything that I make goes right back into the field. I'm not using any money from banks or partnering or anything like that. But I've been working with the city now for 3 years to get water and electricity out on my place, because I want a big greenhouse, and I want I don't want like an event center as far as like weddings and stuff like that, but I do want to be able to host almost like a festival-based situation, camping, more entertainment, have people out there and people just really just living off the land. So as soon as the city helps me get that water and electric, which should be soon, Cody Holcomb has promised me, then there'll be more growth as far as I really would like a greenhouse and stuff like that, because I really want it to be more of a hands, not just tulips. So I'm in the process of planting sunflowers. So we rotate what goes on at the field and stuff, but I would love to do. So the lot that I'm on is 40 acres. And eventually I want the perimeter basically to be a sunflower maze from the summer through the fall. So just more. I just want more for everybody. If that answers your question, Kyle.
And so also, if you see Cody out and about, you can say, hey, I hear this Tucker's Tulip thing is a great draw, and man, could they be fantastic with local water. That work?
Thanks, Amy. So basically, a few homes have recently been built, and it forced the city to put water on portions of it, and we're just waiting on our turn. but yes, so I have heard from stores that, you know, they had tons of out of towners and stuff like that. And that makes me so happy because the vision that I see for Ada is very similar to the vision that my in-laws, when they tell me about Ada Main Street in the 80s, it gives me goosebumps because when I went to school here, it was a desolate Main Street. And like now being here, I see all these cute boutiques and this other things to do. And we have a very walkable Main Street. So my vision for Ada Main Street is something that it has been in the past. So I just want continued growth, and I just want us to keep going. And for young entrepreneurs, for them to see the potential in Ada and don't move away and put their money somewhere else when it could be put here. It's just really exciting to me.
Marissa, where is Tucker's located, and any plans for a fall festival?
So Tucker's Tulips is located off of Highway 99. We're basically 10 minutes outside of Ada if you're headed to Tishomingo. We're basically on the corner of 1600. And then a fall festival. So yeah, that is definitely in the plans. This year I will do a small sunflower pick. And basically I have to test the crops and stuff like that. And I've done sunflowers before. We just had a crazy drought and heat spell, which typically sunflowers don't mind. But I mean, I don't know if you guys remember last year, that 100-degree weather came on fast and too fast for the sunflowers. But yeah, so eventually, yes, I really want to do festivals and stuff like that. We already have a pumpkin patch here in Ada, and I don't want to impede on anyone else's businesses already. But a lot of people ask me to do pumpkins. So my biggest thing is I don't want to bring in obviously any produce or floral flowers. I want to be able to grow it myself. So that's what I decided with the sunflowers being a fall arrangement. I would love to do that. Yeah, I would love to showcase local bands, and I have like food trucks in the field. We do yoga, we do a 5K every year. I try to just grow to add on something to the field each year, and tried a lot for the slow growth. But like I said, this last year we did 800% more in sales. So I've currently just been like working with how can I make this the best experience for all of the people that have been coming to the field and have been like, well, we're coming back, so just let us know when you got more. But yes, there's plans for a fall festival.
Marissa, I had a quick question. What percentage of people do you see coming in from like outside the Ada area approximately?
I would say 75 to 80%. I mean, I had people come in from Nebraska and Oregon and crazy, but especially last year when the pandemic hit. So like I said, we're a 40-acre farm, and basically the field was very, it was very private. Sometimes I would have 1 to 2 families in the field. And so that was something that I got to offer as a social distancing event. You can come outside, be fresh air, and be away from everyone. This year was slightly different than that, and that was what I didn't like. There are other flower farms that I've been to where it's touching of people, you're right next to them, and I don't want that because I don't like being in places where I'm that close to people that I don't know. So next year I may offer certain times it's a you pick open to the public, but also private slots, and only allow like 50 tickets to be sold, and you can buy it ahead of time. And that way we offer only this many people in the field, and that way it's not just overwhelming for me, but everybody gets the best experience, because I don't like being in a place where I am shuffled in like cattle, and especially a place that I'm paying money to be at, and it's like get in, get out, get on your way. I want people to get out of their cars and stay as long as they want, and feel comfortable doing that.
Awesome. We have maybe time for one more question if anybody has any other questions.
Do you hold residence on the property?
Do we own it?
Do you live on it?
Oh, do I live on? No. Oh, hold residence. No, so the plan was, again, there's no water or electric. The plan was when we first moved out to Ada, we were going to live in the small farmhouse that we live in now for a year and start building, because we downsized tremendously when we moved out to Ada. But I've honestly really enjoyed the downsize, and I'm not ready to build. I do have plans to build out there. I'm really trying to work in small growth. I have a specific vision for this Tucker's project, and in order to control that vision, I need to allow myself the time to build it to what I want it to be.
The reason I ask, I'm assuming it's a Chickasaw allotment, and there may be assistance to get a water well or electricity via the Chickasaws.
Yeah.
But if you don't live there, that's probably off the books.
Right. Yeah, the Chickasaws, there's tons of programs, and they've, worked with us in so many ways of what they could do, and especially being a Chickasaw business, there are things that they're willing to go the extra mile for their business owners, and that's really exciting and really amazing that they offer that here.
All right, great presentation, Marissa. That was great to know about your business, and we are looking forward to hopefully attending the field. I haven't been there myself, but would love to. And thank you for the great feedback and comments, everyone. So can we have a round of applause for Marissa, please? Awesome, great job. And before we get into the quiz giveaway, I want to quickly pitch in a project that the Ada Jobs Foundation is working on. So the Center on Rural Innovation has published a survey called the Rural Startup Census Project. And the goal of this is to get a better understanding of all the early stage startups and businesses in communities that are part of the Rural Innovation Network. So as a part of that, we would love for Ada to participate, and this will help us not just to understand all the businesses that exist, but what kind of help do they need, and also for tracking metrics as we move forward. So I will put the link in the chat, and I will also give a little more information in the follow-up email, but we would greatly appreciate if you can take just a couple minutes to fill it out and share with any other local startups that you may know of. Okay, so with that, we are ready to jump into the exciting part of today's meetup. And how this works is that I post the question on the chat and say it out loud, and the first person to answer gets to win a $10 Arbuckle giveaway. And speakers, you can answer for the other speaker, just not yours. Okay, so the first question is, where will Swift and Sweet's venue be located? Trevor, congratulations. Right answer. Corbett is the right answer. Okay, and then the second one from Marissa's presentation. This should be an easy one. Name one of the ways that Marissa mentioned that you can help her business. She mentioned 3. Any one will work. Buy a short is correct. Visit also correct, but Dr. Bowman has quick typing skills. So awesome. Congratulations, both of you. And again, thank you all so much for attending the April meetup. Megan and Lindsay, again, all the best wishes from all of us for your presentations. We are excited to hear how it goes. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much. We will see you again on the second Wednesday of next month. Have a good day.